Good morning, everyone. Today, I will be sharing with you the recent technology that we have here in the center, which is the breeding and single spot seed production of the Philippine Cup oyster, scientifically known as Magallana bilineata. I am Marlon Navarro, an aquacultural technologist here in Armatech Lookup, at ang aming center po ay matatagpuan dito sa Alaminos City, Pangasinan. Okay, so let's get to know first kung ano po ba ang talaba, no? So oysters are bivalve mollusks commonly found in marine or brackish waters. They have rough, irregular shells and a soft, edible body inside. Now, so yung mga talaba po natin ay matatagpuan sa tubig alat, no? And yung kanilang shell is magaspang, irregular shape, but generally elongated, ano po, or parang hugis chanelas, kaya po sila ay locally known as talabang chanelas. And oysters are consumed as a seafood, no? They are popular in many coastal cuisines. So dito po, no, sa Pangasinan, kinakain siya ng kilawin or raw, ano, o di kilalagyan po ng mangga, ng suka, or meron din pong mga nag-iihaw dito ng talaba, no? So diyan po sa inyong mga localities, mga mom and sir, no? So paano nyo po ba ini-enjoy, no, yung sarap ng talaba? Paano po ba kayo kumakain ng talaba diyan, no? Okay, so oysters are rich in nutrients, including protein, zinc, iron, and omega-3 fatty acids. So, aside from that, ang sabi ng mga matatanda na ang talaba daw ay pampagana para sa mga mag-asawa, no? So, tama po ba yun, mga mom and sir? Okay, so aside from being a food source, no, oyster is also a good additional source of income for our oyster farmers, no, especially sa mga coastal communities, no. So ginagamit siya sa rough culture, no. Ah, konti lang yung gagastusin mong puhunan, pero after 4 to 6 months, no, meron na po silang naka-harvest na talaba, no, meron na silang mapagkakakitaan. And aside from that, oyster play a vital ecological role as a natural sea biofilter by filtering water and improving marine biodiversity. So, alam naman po natin na ang talaba ay filter feeding bivalve, no? So, kumakain po siya ng mga plankton, no? Kumakain siya sa pamamagitan ng pagsala ng mga katubigan and nakakatulong din po siya, no, sa pag-maintain ng balance ng ating ecosystem. So for example, no, meron pong mga excess nutrients, so sila po yung kumakain nun para po kahit pa paano ay mabawasan, no, or maiwasan yung occurrences ng mga hubs or the harmful algal blooms, no. And then of course, they also provide habitat for small fishes kapag ka nag-form po sila into oyster reef. Ano po? Okay. So, overview. Oyster is one of the five priority commodities of B4 aside from milkfish, tilapia, shrimp, and seaweeds. Ano po? So, nakitaan kasi siya ng strong market potential. Ano po? So, binibigyan siya ng tuon ng pansin ng B4 para po ma-boost yung industry and yun nga, makatulong sa ating mga fisher folks, no? So aside from being a good source of food and income for our fisher folks, no, oyster farming faces several challenges and problems that includes the following: the unpredictable incidence of oyster spotfall in its natural environment, environmental pollution, and of course the occurrences of harmful algal blooms. No? So itong mga factors na ito ay nakakaapekto po ano sa pagbaba or pag-decline ng ating oyster production. So we have here the oyster production from year 2020 to 2023 and this is according to or from Philippine Fisheries Profile. Ano po? So year 2020 meron po tayong 53.03 metric tons and nag-decline po siya, no, until 2023 meron po tayong 33.12 metric tons na lamang na oyster production, no. So yun, kapag nagsama-sama po itong mga factors na ito, nagko-cause talaga siya ng decline, no. So syempre hindi naman po tayo pwedeng mag-harvest ng shellfish sa mga coastal areas na positive for harmful algal blooms or yung red tide, ano po. And oyster continues to gain acceptance in local and international market, and there is a need to intensify the production of oyster through the establishment of oyster hatchery that will provide a sustainable and year-round supply of spots for use in its commercial production. No? So, in response ng ating government, ano po, upang matulungang ma-boost yung ating oyster production, kaya po na-establish yung ating oyster hatchery dito sa ating center sa Alaminos. Okay, so future directions for sustainable shellfish industry. First is the strengthen hatchery and seed supply and enhance climate resilience, improve safety and monitoring, develop post-harvest infrastructure, capacity building and community support, boost market access, and policy, and research support. No? So ito po yung mga target ng Philippine Shellfish Industry Roadmap to boost our shellfish industry sa ating bansa. So we have here the biology of the Philippine cup oyster or the sliver-shaped oyster, scientifically known as Magallana bilineata. And if i-check po natin sa World of Register of Marine Species, naka-red or unaccepted na po ang Crassostrea eridalis. So ang ginagamit na po namin dito sa center ay yung accepted scientific name, which is the Magallana bilineata. And we have here the life cycle of the oyster, no? So they attain sexual maturity at 7 to 12 months. No? So meron na po silang kakayahang mag-release ng eggs and sperm, no? So from fertilized egg to eyed larvae, they are planktonic or free swimming. Ano po? So aalaga natin yan sa LRTs or sa larval rearing tanks. And after development of eye spot, no, susunod na po dyan is yung development of foot, no? So they lose their ability to swim at pedivillager larvae stage, no? So yan na po yung metamorphosis and settlement stage na. So since crawling larvae na po siya, wala na siyang kakayahang lumangoy, so benthic stage na po siya, no? Ililipat na natin siya sa nursery rearing phase 1 for downwelling and upwelling system. And that's the time na papasok na po ang intervention natin para makapag-produce po tayo ng single spot. No? So gumagamit po kami ng oyster microculture as settlement media para po makapag-produce tayo ng spot. No? So early spot is observed day 21 pataas, and kapag meron na po tayong 1 to 2 mm in size na spot, ilalagay na po natin sila for nursery rearing phase 2 in fish pond. No? And then after 1 to 2 months, makakapag-harvest na po tayo ng advanced spot na may size range po na 2 to 3 centimeters na pwede na po natin ibigay sa mga fisher folks and researchers. Okay, so we have here the oyster hatchery process flow, no? So yung activity, syempre, nag-umpisa po yan sa broodstock conditioning and maintenance, selection of breeders and spawning, egg collection and incubation, larval rearing, nursery rearing phase 1 and phase 2, harvesting and conditioning, and distribution, ano po, sa ating mga fisher folks or researchers. Okay, so conduct of spawning trial. So we have three induced spawning methods: salinity shock method, sacrificial method, and the scraping method. Okay, so for salinity shock method, yung mga breeders po natin ay ilalagay lang natin sa tub na mayroong seawater, ano po. And then kapag na-observe na po natin yung shell opening, that's the time na magpapapasok po tayo ng fresh water to trigger the release of their gametes, no, ng kanilang eggs and sperm. And the sex ratio for this method is 1 male is to 3 female. No? So kapag hindi po nag-spawn yung mga breeders, uulitin lang po natin yung process, magpapapasok lang tayo ng seawater, and then magpapapasok po ulit tayo ng fresh water. So sudden drop of water salinity to stimulate in a spawning of our breeders. Next method, sacrificial method po tayo, no? So parang same process lang po siya ng salinity shock method, but dito naman po is ma-stimulate po yung mga breeders natin, no, by introduction of sperm sa water column para po mag-release sila ng kanilang gamit. So same sex ratio po tayo, 1 male is to 3 female for this method. And the last one is yung ating scraping method, no? So kung saan papatayin po natin lahat ng breeders and i-scrape po natin manually yung kanilang gonad area, no? So yung nakikita niyo po dyan na whitish or yellowish part na bulky, dyan po namin kinokollect yung kanilang eggs and sperm, no? So dito po wala tayong sex ratio, no? Magbe-base lamang tayo sa volume of collected eggs and sperm. So in every 200 to 250 ml of collected eggs, 100 ml of sperm will be used to fertilize the collected eggs. Okay, so Okay, so we have here the actual footage of male and female releasing gametes, no? So male releasing sperm in a constant stream. So para po siyang usok, no, kapag ka naglalabas, while female released during periodic shell closure. So pakalat po siya, and very obvious po yung granules na nilalabas niya. So yun po yung eggs ng oyster. Okay, so after the successful spawning trial, Let's move on now to the egg collection, incubation, and quantification. So ito na po yung ating collected eggs and sperm. So kailangan po natin siyang salain using 45 microns plankton net, and kailangan po natin siyang i-mix into spawning pail with UV treated seawater for 5 to 10 minutes to allow fertilization. Ano po? Eh kailangan din nating mag-conduct ng microscopy to confirm no kung fertilized po ba yung ating mga eggs, no? So kailangan po nating makita itong first polar body na, so yun po yung indication na fertilized yung ating egg. And after confirmation, of course, we have to conduct quantification of fertilized egg, no, para po malaman natin kung gaano ba karami yung na-produce natin na fertilized egg. So kung confirm na po natin na fertilize yung ating mga eggs, stacking of fertilized egg or larvae na po tayo sa LRTs, no? So stacking density is 20 eggs per ml and 10 larvae per ml kapag ka nag-hatch naman na po siya, ano? So brackish water po yung ginagamit namin for LRT, no? So 23 to 25 ppt po, no? So yung aming water parameters for optimal condition of larval rearing is 28 to 31 degrees Celsius and 23 to 25 ppt for salinity, and 3 to 6 parts per million for dissolved oxygen. And water management starts at day 1, no, or and is done every other day onwards with 100% water replacement. So medyo matrabaho lamang po siya. Okay, so next is the feeding management. So daily feeding of brown algae or yung isochrysis and Chaetoceros calcitrans yung aming pinapakain po sa aming mga stocks na oyster larvae. So syempre kailangan pa rin pong i-quantify, no, yung cell density ng ating algae before po natin pakainin yung ating mga stocks, no, para ma-avoid po natin yung overfeeding. Interval reading from day 0 to day 16, dito naman po tayo dadako ngayon sa nursery rearing phase 1 or the downwelling system. Now, so downwellers is a setup where larvae are placed in a basin with 45 microns plankton net where food is supplied from above. And pedivillager larvae will start to look for something to hold on to or to settle on. And oyster microculture or the finely ground oyster shells will be used for settlement of oyster larvae. And complete setting of oyster larvae can be observed after 5 days. No? So, from LRTs, no, 1 tonner tam, ikukulong natin sila dito sa smaller basin. No? 30 liters lamang po yan na mayroong plankton net sa ilalim. And yung settlement media na gagamitin po natin ay yung oyster microculture. No? So, pedivillager larvae na siya, crawling, naghahanap na po siya ng kakapitan niya. Ano po? So, yun yung gagamitin natin, yung oyster microculture, para po makapag-produce tayo ng single spot oysters.
Kasi may CR kami sa
Okay, so upwelling system. So after the larvae have completely settled, they will be transferred to upwellers. No? So this is done to acclimatize the produce spot in the natural environment by using unfiltered seawater until it reaches 1 to 2 mm in size before they will be transferred under nursery phase 2 in fish pond after 30 days. So yan na po yung spots natin na 1 to 2 mm in size now. Okay. So phase 2, nursery rearing in fish pond, no? So early spots na yung size po is 1 to 2 mm ay ilalagay natin sa floating cage na 40 by 40 by 10 cm made of polyethylene screen with 1/4 mesh size with hapanet and equipped with floaters and sinkers. And they will be under nursery in fish pond for 30 days until advanced spots or 2 to 3 cm in size for distribution to beneficiaries or dispersal for stack enhancement. Okay, so harvesting and counting, no? So single spot oyster can be obtained from the pond after 30 days and nursery rearing phase 2. And manual counting po yung aming ginagawa to verify the individuality of each spot. And after counting, spots must be placed in a basin or tub with seawater and provide with strong aeration for conditioning. So conditioning and packaging. So after counting, spots must be placed in a basin or tub with seawater and provide with strong aeration for conditioning for 24 to 72 hours in hatchery before distribution. And gumagamit po kami ng 30 by 30 by 10 cm plastic container filled with seawater covering the spots no, for packaging, and gumagamit din po kami ng styro for long transportation of the spots. So distribution and record keeping. So distribution of hatchery produced single spot oyster to student beneficiaries from PSU Binmalay campus for research purposes. So yung mga recipient po ng first production namin is yung mga students no, ng PSU Binmalay. So ginamit po nila for their undergrad thesis. No? So sa ngayon wala pa po kaming distribution sa mga fisher folk. So ang priority po muna namin sa ngayon is yung mga students, no, yung mga researchers, no, kasi kakailanganin din po namin yung results ng kanilang study for the refinement of our protocols, no, before po kami mag-proceed sa distribution sa ating mga oyster farmers. And at the same time, ongoing pa po yung aming grow out trials dito po sa Armat Lake Lookup, and at the same time sa aming satellite station sa 100 Islands and sa Kasantaan satellite stations. And record keeping, ano po, to know the reasons behind the success or failure of the spawning trials and other hatchery practices. So, yun po. So, these are my references, Shellfish Industry Roadmap and the Philippine Fisheries Profile and some other literatures. And ito po yung aming oyster hatchery. Okay. So ito po yung aming oyster hatchery facility dito sa ating center sa Armat Lake Lookup, Alaminos. Ano po? So very much welcome po ang aming facility, no? So open po kami anytime para po sa mga visitors, no? So actually nagpo-provide din po kami ng mga lakbay aral, facility tour, no, sa mga walk-in clients namin or sa mga kasamahan po natin sa agency and some other national government agencies, and of course with the academe, no, nag-accommodate po kami ng mga on-the-job trainings and yung mga LGUs po, no. So very much welcome po kayo dito sa aming center. And this ends my presentation. So I hope nagustuhan niyo po yung aking present na recent technology, which is the breeding and single spot seed production of oyster dito sa aming center. Okay, so good morning again and maraming salamat po.